Eli Manning 4 picks. Lost to the 49ers 16-10. Chargers beat the Raiders 13-6. Packers routed the Eagles 53-20. Cardinals beat the Lions 14-6. And the Patriots took care of the Colts handily 42-20, sorry. So this weekend, it's a couple big news. Jonas Gray from the Patriots set a franchise record, 4 touchdowns. The win 42-20 over the Colts, 199 yards. Definitely, if the Patriots get a run game, it's scary. Jonas Gray came in left field with this one, so definitely a big game for. He's a great guy, doing a lot of good things, and he's obviously going to help out that run game, help out that offense. The Patriots defense obviously getting better in the secondary, so we'll see where they go down in the future. I think that they've definitely solidified themselves as a championship contender if they weren't already.
Yeah,
definitely. We've talked about last week. If they're not, they're probably one of the best teams in the NFL.
Yeah, they're very dangerous,
without a doubt. So we also have a couple different stories. Aaron Rodgers and the Packers defense and the offense. Packers defense obviously been improving steadily. They showed that last night.
Mm-hmm.
In addition to having Aaron Rodgers playing on another level, he's been improving every week. He's a superstar MVP caliber player. But this week, he obviously was incredible on the offensive side. We're going to see where they are going forward. I think they're definitely going to make a stand in the playoffs. You think they could potentially get another championship run?
For sure. I like this team. They look good. But you never know. That's the thing. You never know, and especially with football's so unpredictable. 16-0 doesn't get you a ring.
Yeah.
The best quarterback doesn't get you a championship, as evidenced by the Super Bowl this year, when everyone thought, everyone was like, the Broncos are gonna win because they have Peyton Manning. And then, but then they were like, yeah, but the Seahawks are pretty good at defense, and defense wins championships. But we're still gonna go with Peyton Manning.
Yeah. And history always says defense always trumps offense.
Yeah.
So, I think that, like you said, it's gonna be risky, and it's hard to say right now.
Yeah.
But I think they definitely, if this defense keeps playing the way they're playing right now, if Aaron Rodgers keeps playing the way he's right now, Jordan Nelson's sick. They obviously are stacked team. So I think that they're definitely going to be a force to reckon with in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So transitioning into NCAA football, Todd Gurley coming back from his suspension, tears his ACL, first game back. He obviously hasn't had a lot of time to shine this season because of his suspension, because he took, I believe, $3,000 in exchange for autographed merchandise. So this season's been hampered. Prior to the season, he was a Heisman candidate. In the first few games he played, he looked like one. So it's unfortunate. We're going to see how this affects his draft stock. But I think Todd Gurley had the potential to definitely be probably one of the best running backs in the league. But obviously, circumstances happen. It's unfortunate, but we're going to see every guy's going forward. I think at this point, he should really focus on getting back into shape and really focusing on what he's going to do for a potential draft spot.
Mm-hmm.
And Florida State narrowly escapes Miami 30-26, goes back to number 1 after Mississippi State loses to Alabama. Florida State arguably probably not one of the best teams in the league, but they are number 1. They're back to number 1 after narrowly escaping a not so great Miami team. I don't know how Florida State remained in the top 4 for so long. In my opinion, they really haven't played great competition, but they're there. We'll see where it ends up in the college football playoff.
Can you hold that against them? I know some people talk about you can't really classify them as one of the top teams because of their schedule. However, they've been winning so much. Is that something that should be held against them? Their schedule.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, the teams decide what schedule they want, and they play in a weak conference. The ACC, in my opinion, is one of the weaker conferences in NCAA. So yeah, I think you can hold against them. Obviously, they've been dominating, but we saw last year in the championship, Auburn almost beat. In the first half, they were beating Florida State pretty handily. And that was their first time going against a real SEC defense and SEC offense. So, yeah, obviously, they ended up winning on the backs of, a superstar like Jameis Winston, who I'm not 100% sold on to this day. Not the biggest Jameis Winston fan. But, I think that it's a situation where, you kind of need to hold it against them. But they're still going to be there. They're still going to be making noise, and they're probably going to make it to the college football playoff. So transitioning into baseball, so David Robertson, tell me about.
The Yankees right now are saying that signing him is a top priority. David Robertson is, one of the best guys the Yankees have in the bullpen. I think they really need to keep him. I know he really wants a lot of money, which is kind of an issue. But the Yankees, an organization like the Yankees just loves to throw money at things, throw money at their problems, and it hasn't really been working right now. See, I feel like before big market teams used to be smarter. That's why they used to get so many championships. And right now, out of desperation, they're throwing money at these pieces, and they're not really flowing together like the Yankees or the Knicks or the Lakers. We're looking at classically some of the best teams in the league in their respective leagues, and they're learning. They should learn that throwing money at things isn't the best answer. So I think if David Robertson asks for too much money, they really need to reconsider their options.
Yeah, definitely. And there's other places where they can find talent. Obviously, he's been with the franchise for a little while now. He has some brand loyalty, but if he's asked for too much money, even though we are talking about the New York Yankees here, but if he's asked for too much money, you got to take your services elsewhere.
Yeah.
So, talking about basketball now. So what are we talking about?
Well, first off, Kobe Bryant, the Lakers, not doing well right now.
Not at all. Don't even want to talk about it.
Unfortunately, we have to. Let's just talk about how they're 1-9 right now in their first 10 games. Knicks were much better, 2-8 in their first 10 games, but we're not talking about them right now. Let's talk about the Lakers. The Lakers, Kobe Bryant set the NBA record for the most missed field goals
in NBA history.
What do we make of this?
He's taken a lot of shots, and he's missed a lot of shots.
He's the number one. He's been the number one offensive option for the Lakers definitely since Shaq left.
Yeah, without a doubt. He really, like you said, he's their number one option.
He would have set this record last year, by the way, if he wasn't injured.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. He takes the most shots on the team. He's definitely the veteran. His mindset and his mentality, the way he plays the game, he's obviously very focused. I think that don't have the quote in front of me, but from what I saw, they asked him, why do you take so many shots? And he said that you can't stand by and watch a crime happen in front of you. I think that's alluding to, all the mess of offense. But really, I think one thing is letting a crime happen in front of you. One thing is assisting in that crime. Yeah. Obviously, if he's taken a lot, but he's missed a lot. So not the most efficient way to handle the game.
We talked Kobe and this team. Right now, the Lakers are not trying to win a championship. Their revenue is coming off of people that are interested in seeing Kobe Bryant play in his twilight years and interested in seeing him break more records and chase more scoring titles and try to be the highest scoring player ever. That's what they're doing, and I feel like Kobe Bryant has to be frustrated with that. Stephen A. Smith has gone so far as to say that he has to be so frustrated with that he should demand a trade to the New York Knicks. And he was serious about this, and he is a native New Yorker that is a Knicks fan, but his justifying it, he was saying that he could teach Carmelo Anthony the triangle offense, and he'll be reunited with Derek Fisher and Phil Jackson. It's a crazy thing to think, but for a rebuilding team, that doesn't seem like a smart move.
It's not gonna happen.
It's also not gonna happen because he'll never demand the trade. But in the unlikely scenario that he would, I think even the Knicks wouldn't take him. Not because, but the money they could make off of his
It's all speculation. Obviously, they can make a ton of money off the Carmelo Kobe advertising, but it's not gonna happen. Just leave it at that. It's fun to think about, but Kobe's gonna stay a Laker for the rest of however long he's gonna be playing basketball.
Yeah. Speaking of people staying on teams, Rudy Gay signed a contract extension for 3 years, $40 million.
He's making them.
He's getting paid.
He's getting paid. Do you think he deserves it?
Yes, he's getting paid less than he is now. His last contract, I think he was getting paid around $18 million. That was too much for Rudy Gay. However, 12, 13, that's not bad. And they're really trying to rely on the Rudy Gay, DeMarcus Cousins duo right now.
Yeah, I think that it's definitely a strong duo. I think DeMarcus Cousins still will always deal with a little immaturity issues. But I think he's definitely growing, and I think he's definitely growing as a player and as a person. So I think I'm looking forward to seeing where DeMarcus is, a couple years from now. He has the potential to be probably one of the best forwards in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To speed this up, because we're almost done, 2 more things we can talk about.
Aaron Gordon.
Aaron Gordon, or rather 3 more things we can talk about. We don't have to talk about the Knicks. The Knicks broke a 7-game losing streak. Let's leave it at that. Aaron Gordon is out indefinitely right now with a foot fracture.
Yeah. He recently just tweeted, need detail from a specialist. The reality is that it's a stress fracture that I can't control, but I can control my level of inner peace.
Yeah. Who's been dubbed by a few people as the poor man's Blake Griffin. Hopefully he can come back soon and help this pretty bad Magic team.
Yeah. Aaron Gordon, I wouldn't say it. He could potentially be the Blake Griffin, but crazy athletic though.
Yeah, no, he's good. He's has a lot of potential on him.
So Gordon Hayward justifying his max contract.
For sure. I mean, oh man, this guy this season has been tearing it up. Now the Jazz haven't been good as a whole, but Gordon Hayward has to thank the Hornets for offering him that contract, which made the Jazz match it. He's getting paid really nicely. He beat the Cavaliers with a buzzer beater about a week and a half ago. The Jazz, he held his own against the Knicks and Carmelo Anthony. While he couldn't...
He put up 33 against the Knicks.
He put up 33. Now, while they couldn't stop him, the Jazz also couldn't stop the Knicks. The Knicks were... not the Knicks, Carmelo Anthony. They had no answer for Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony was finished with 46 points. They still lost, but that's a lot of points.
Yeah, the defense isn't great, to say the least.
Yeah.
Carmelo, at the end of the game, seeing J.R. Smith's face, I think was perfect. The perfect reaction after that buzzer-beating shot from Trey Burke.
Yeah, unfortunately. Heartbreaking loss. Dirk Nowitzki is now number 9 on the all-time scoring list. That's awesome. He's the number 1 in scoring among foreign-born players. Now, there's a debate if he's the best foreign-born player of all time. I probably wouldn't go that far, but he's definitely top 3. I'd say he's top 3, most likely.
Yeah, definitely. I think that he's had a lot of impact. We've spoken about this. Dirk Nowitzki's definitely had a lot of impact on European players, young European players that are debating whether or not they want to start playing basketball. He's definitely had influence on an entire generation of players. For
sure.
Without a doubt. So
he really did pioneer European players into this league, like we haven't seen before, and he really paved the way for a lot of people, which I think is cool.
Yeah, without a doubt, and I think we'll have a debate in the future where he lands, but I think there's no denying the impact Dirk Nowitzki has had on the NBA.
Yeah, and he signed that extension, 3 years, I think, $8 million a year. He's worth way more than that. He's really a champion that cares about his team. He made the joke that Chandler Parsons owes him dinner for like the next 3 years. So
That's funny.
That I thought that was funny. He really cares about this Dallas Mavericks team. He is a Maverick for life, which nowadays, we've talked about loyalty before, especially recently with players that just want more money, and it's great to see guys that care about team loyalty.
Without a doubt. It's rare.
It's
And
one of my favorite things.
I love it. I have so much respect for it. I think it's great. And I think that it's hard. If I was in that position, it'd be tough to say, because when you're an athlete, your career is so uncertain in terms of, like, you can be playing one day and then the next day getting a career-ending injury,
Yeah.
and you wish you could have made as much money as you could when you could have.
Yeah.
So I have so much respect for people like that have brand loyalty, and I have nothing but respect for Tim Duncan and Dirk Nowitzki, who have taken pay cuts for the good of the franchise.
Yeah, I feel like guys like that, can stay in the organization, especially after they retire. I wouldn't be surprised if Dirk Nowitzki was like not a coach, but like one of their coaches, not head coach or assistant coach, or even a scout or something, just staying in the family. I wouldn't be surprised.
Without a doubt. And I think he has obviously a lot to contribute in terms of his basketball mind, his smart player.
Mhm.
And the way his game, the way he plays, and like Tim Duncan, he can set up for to play like another 2 years. The way he plays the game,
Yeah.
he's fine.
Yeah.
He's fine.
These are guys that play team basketball. And Dirk now, it seems like he has help now with Chandler Parsons and Monte Ellis, and there isn't a burden on him. And now that he doesn't have this burden, I think it definitely extends his career.
Without a doubt.
Mhm.
So I think that about wraps it up.
Yep. It's been a good show.
It's been a good show. It's Monday, November 17th. I think it's a couple weeks from now from Thanksgiving break. Or next week.
Next week.
So we might have a show. We are having a show next week.
Yes.
Okay, so get ready for your finals, everyone. Enjoy your last couple weeks before Thanksgiving break. Have a great week. Stay warm. It's gonna get a little cold.
Yeah. Starting today.
Yeah. All right. Have a great week, everybody. This is Chris Gomez and
Anson Velez.
listen to Discussion Board
Every Monday at 12.